Okay, what's up, everyone? Swinging Bull here with PB Alerts, and welcome to my earnings stream. The two stocks that we're going to be watching the earnings reaction to is AEHR, that's Athersys Systems, and Cal-Maine Foods, which is ticker symbol CALM, CALM, if you will. So let's just kind of take a look here. Got AEHR on the left side of my screen. I got COM on the right side of my screen. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Get these pop-ups out of the way. Geez. Okay, so AEHR reporting at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. So we got about 5 minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes on that. The forecast EPS is 0.01. That's a positive 0.01. And the forecast revenue is 17.6 million. Their anchored VWAPs just above $10. So we'll see what their data comes in at. They've had their reactions to the previous earnings have kind of been all over the place. The last earnings, they were down 27%, basically trading from $16 down to like 12. The earnings before that, though, they had a nice and positive reaction. They were trading around $13 and some change, and they rallied to 16 one day after. Then the time before that, they had a positive reaction. They were right around just trading just below 17 bucks, and they rallied to just below $21. So not really sure what, kind of a coin toss. We just need to see what their EPS and revenue comes in at and what their guidance is. It's going to be all about the guidance, of course. So let's pull up the other one. Just go here. So that's what's going on with AEHR. We should get the data here in just a few minutes. And full disclosure, I am long on AEHR shares. What I did, though, right before the regular session closed, is I bought a $7.50 put option for April 17th expiration, just to give me some downside protection if AEHR has a negative reaction. All right, I'm totally okay with that going to zero. It's a hedge. I'm seeing some drawdown on my shares right now. I'm willing to sacrifice. I paid 130 bucks for it, the $7.50 strike put on AEHR for April 17th. Paid 130 bucks for it. I'm willing to sacrifice $130 to have some insurance in place, some downside protection. So that's what I did. And shout out to JoJo for giving me the idea. So let's go back to COM real quick. We got a couple more minutes to burn. COM is going to supposedly report at the same exact time as AEHR, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. So we should get both at the same time. Earnings Whispers doesn't have the EPS and revenue forecast, but let me see if I can find it on my other screen here. Okay, EPS. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking at data from the last earnings. Let me just scroll down a little bit more. Okay, here's the forecast for COM. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull this over. Oops, let me go back to the candlesticks real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. So this is the forecast for COM. EPS $10.91, and the forecast revenue is 1.43 billion. So we'll see what their numbers come in at and see what their reaction is going to be. Got just about 1 more minute here. I'm going to zoom into the 1 minute chart. Got my trading view chart pulled up right now. Okay, any minute now. Let me see. Got about 30 more seconds and the data should be out. We go 2 chart view on Webull just in case here. I want to check some other things out. Okay, come on, computer. Okay, AEHR. I'll put COM on the right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go 1 minute chart on these. AEHR closed the regular session at $6.78, obviously selling off with the rest of the market past month and a half. So they were down 6% today for the regular session. Don't have any reaction yet. It's officially 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we're getting a reaction. Let's just kind of take it easy and make sure it's the real reaction. Okay, AEHR is at $7.04. Okay, let me refresh my other screen over here. We'll let the initial move kind of happen. AHER provides testing solutions for AI applications. And let me see. Key player in silicon carbide testing for EVs and AI chips. Revenue expected to be 17.8 million for the quarter. EPS expected to be 0.04. Strong competitive position in silicon carbide wafer level burn-in test systems. Critical technology for ensuring reliability in EVs and high power applications. Revenue is increasingly supported by recurring sales of consumables, which are the test inserts and the kits that they sell, software and services. So this enhances gross margins and provides visibility and consistency in future cash flows. Couple downsides that are kind of noted. It does operate in a highly cyclical CapEx driven semiconductor segment, so CapEx probably be important for them. Also something that's not really, that's kind of not a good thing. As the company grows, there's increased pressure on supply chain execution, scaling manufacturing and customer support. So just kind of looks like it's frozen right now, and we're not really getting the reaction of any kind yet. Let me just see what kind of sweeps we had going. The implied range for AEHR's earnings, $5.67 to $8.61. Kind of gives you an idea there on the range. It's expected to possibly, whether it goes up or down. It's like a $3 range. Implied move is $1.47 up or down, which would be a 20% move. And that's kind of the move that they've made in the previous earnings, whether it be up or down. The past 3 earnings have all been like a 20% plus move. Okay, just fun fact there. It's sitting up in after hours, up 3.8% so far. So it's not sure if this is the move or not. Let me refresh my other screen and see if I have some EPS or revenue data. I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay, just waiting on Twitter here. Okay. Okay, AEHR reports fiscal, third quarter revenue growth and solid bookings and backlog. Okay, so there is some data coming out. Let me just click on this link. So just to kind of summarize, they did report third quarter revenue growth. Okay, so that's good. And solid bookings, and they have a backlog. That's all positive. Okay. Okay, so their Q3 revenue did surge 141%. That is positive. All right, let me just check. Let me just read this real quick. I'll just pull this over real quick. This is from Stock Titan. AHER reported Q3 results with net revenue of $18.3 million, up $7.6 million from the same time last year. All right, so definitely got some good growth on revenue. That's good. Some of the highlights include bookings of $24.1 million, and they also have a backlog of $18.2 million, with the effective backlog reaching $21.8 million. The company has successfully diversified its revenue streams with silicon carbide wafer level burn-in. We were talking about that earlier, reducing from 90% to under 40% of the business, while AI processors now represent 35% of the business. Okay, we got a red candle down here, basically sitting kind of where it closed at. Not much action though. It's only 1.4 million volume on it today. Average volume over the last 3 months is 1.06 million. So I guess it had a little bit more volume than usual, but not really getting much of a reaction, are we? Notable achievements include qualifying and shipping the first WLBI systems for AI processors, expanding into GaN power semiconductors, and securing orders for hard disk drive applications. However, AHER has temporarily withdrawn its guidance due to ongoing tariff uncertainty. All right, there it is. That's why it's not moving. There's no guidance. They withdrew their guidance because of the tariff uncertainty. So, you know, I don't. There might not be a move until they put that guidance out, y'all. It might just a little bit of volatility here. Okay. My screen just flickered on and off for a second. Yeah. Duco on Discord, hurry up and do something, right? The price. It's sitting at $7, but Webull level 2. I know it's not accurate all the time, but showing kind of a widespread on the bid and the ask. Bids at $6.76. Ask is at $7.04. So, you know, there's really not much going on with this right now. And we just figured out why, because the company withdrew its fiscal year 2025 guidance. They withdrew it because of the tariff uncertainty. So I'm not sure when we're going to get the guidance. And it probably won't make a move until that guidance is released. And yeah, the quarterly numbers were great. The year over year was a real nice increase in revenue, triple-digit growth. So that's positive. And they have their backlog, like they're busy, right? So that's good. I mean, with the data that was released so far, it's positive. Just without that guidance, we're just not probably going to get a move. COM over here on the right, not really anything going on there with COM. Let me just check my my other screen here. See if we can get some EPS and revenue for COM. Going into the earnings, COM had a PE, will forecast PE at 3.89, positive. EPS there. Okay, AEHR is making a move. Just made a new, well, it's just kind of flickering candles, but it's up to $7.25 a share right now. But anyways, for Cal-Maine Foods, they pay a dividend of 4.7%. Pretty decent financials. They've had some really nice growth with the positive net income, kind of on a sliding scale upwards there. Balance sheet, debt to asset ratio, only 17%. That's awesome. This is a good dividend stock. 4.7% dividend. Very strong quant rating. This seems to be a pretty healthy company. Let me go back to the revenue. Yep, revenue has been exploding over the past 5 quarters in a good way. Excuse me, operating income has gone up, but that's normal with the revenue going up. Very impressive net income. I have to put this one on my close watch list. CALM, Cal-Maine Foods. So let me see if I can get the EPS and revenue data for that. And my computer's been running real slow today. Cal-Maine Foods will report today after close. Analysts estimate $567 million in revenue. Now that forecast revenue, that is equates to a 19% year-over-year decrease. So hopefully they can beat that revenue forecast. Would be nice for CALM. $1.51 in EPS. That also represents a minus 49% year-over-year decrease. Hopefully they can smash that out of the park. And some of the analysts on CALM EPS $10.90 versus EPS only $2.99 a year ago. So their EPS. Now the numbers I just went over first, that was the quarterly figures, but on an annual basis. Okay, it looks like CALM's getting a reaction here, folks. Let's just wait and see. Again, it's a 1-minute chart, but there's just not a lot of volume on this. Okay. Earnings for CALM should be out, but I'm not seeing anything yet. And the expected move on CALM is 7%. So, kind of do the math on that, but 90 times 0.07, so it's like plus or minus $6.30. Okay, let's see here. Last quarter CALM beat. Last quarter CALM beat estimates with 4.47 EPS and 954.7 million in revenue. Oh, AHER is making a move, y'all. This is up to $7.60 now, but there's just not a lot of volume there. So it's like real spotty price action. Okay, it's volume starting to come in. It looks like selling volume. Okay, Goldman Sachs kept a sell on CALM, but raised his price target from 47 to 52. It's trading way above his price target. Jeez. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, just getting some ugly candles printing right now. Let's see if AHER finally released the guidance. I mean, I don't know why they would say that they withdrew it and then would release it like later tonight. I would think if they withdrew it, they're probably not going to be released for at least a few days. Yeah, Joe Smooth on Twitter. It looks like CALM reported. I'm still trying to get the EPS and revenue. See if I can get it. Okay, earnings are out. CALM looks like CALM missed, but Let me just pull this graphic over here. It'll be easy to read. This is from the earnings correspondent. I appreciate you posting that. I'll keep calm on the right side here. But so COM reported, again, the forecast was $10.91. That was the expected EPS. The numbers came in $10.38. So they did miss EPS by 5%. Their revenue expected numbers was 1.43 billion, and the actual numbers came in at 1.41 billion. So they missed by 1% on there. Not really big misses. I mean, a 5% miss on EPS, that's not really a lot. And 1% miss on revenue. I mean, that basically came in line to me. But a couple positives though, outside of the EPS and revenue line items. EPS is up 246% year over year. We were talking about that earlier. Their EPS, same period last year, was only like $2 and some change. It was like $2 or $3. They're printing EPSs over 10 now, so you know it's up big. 246% year over year. EPS is up. Revenue's up 102%. That's good. And that's year over year number. Quarter over quarter numbers, EPS is up 132%, and the quarter over quarter number, revenue's up 49%. So there's some silver lining there. With as far as the year over year and the quarter over quarter numbers look fantastic, but they did not beat expectations. However, they only missed by a little bit. So you know, I don't see anything crazy as far as why this would probably take a dump or anything like that. But there's your EPS and revenue data for COM. Nothing really going on. It's down a little bit. I mean, it's down 5%. So they closed the regular session at $90.33, down 3.3% on the day. They're sitting here in after hours at $85. You know, their expected move was like $6 or $7. So they're kind of at where their expected move is at right now. Maybe we'll see if it can hold up here in the low to mid 80s. So yeah, that's what's going on with COM. They missed EPS, they missed revenue just by a little bit. Their year over year and quarter over quarter numbers were great, but they did not meet the forecast. AHER, they had good earnings, but they withdrew their forward guidance because of tariff uncertainties. Nonetheless, they are up 8% here in after hours, up 58 cents a share. So that is maybe a little bit of breath of fresh air for anyone long on AHER, because I know it's been kind of getting beat up. I currently have shares of AHER. I was running the wheel on it and kind of got stuck in the trade with the market correction that just happened. But you know, some words of encouragement for anyone out there that kind of have been taking a hit lately. You know, just be strong. See if you can weather the storm, and you know, the market will recover. Over time, it will recover. It always does. So the worst thing you can do is panic sell at the bottom. That's probably the worst thing you can do. So just try and stick to your game plan, and again, see if you can weather the storm, and you're going to be fine in the long run. So we kind of got our reaction on AHER. It is a positive one. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but they withdrew their guidance. So this is probably all we're going to maybe get on this. You know, maybe once some of the tariff uncertainties start going away, they're going to drop their guidance and release that to everyone. And then we'll probably get a secondary move then. For COM, we just went over them. Missed EPS, missed revenue just by a little bit, but year over year and quarter over quarter numbers were pretty good. And let's see if there's anything else before I wrap the stream up here. Not too exciting though today as far as price action goes. So wish it was a little more exciting, but these are the cards we were dealt, and that's what it is. All right. Let's see. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else. What a great EPS growth though by Com. It was only $2.99 a year ago, and it's up to $10.90. But yeah, not much else going on. Not much action on today's earnings. But again, just to recap, AHER is up about 10% in after hours. Com is down 5% in after hours. AHER withdrew their guidance, so we'll probably see a secondary move once that guidance ultimately does get released. But yeah, my name's The Swinging Bull with PB Alerts, and if anyone's looking for a new home, feel free to check the links in the description. We got a handful of coaches in the Discord. We have a Coach Ethan who day trades the opening move. So if you trade options and just trade in the morning, you want to go see Coach Ethan. He does really good with the members and makes a lot of money, has some great trades. If all you do is swing trade stock, you're going to want to go see Coach Mad Maverick. His name's Lee, but his Discord's name is Mad Maverick. So tag him in the chat. He'll come say hello to you. If you do advanced options like multi-leg options, which would be your debit spreads, your credit spreads, iron condors, inverse, and or I say short or long. I'd run a lot of the wheel strategy and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then you're going to want to come see me, Coach Bull, Swinging Bull on Discord. But yeah, there's some links in the description. You can join for free, see how you like the free section. But if you do end up joining, be sure to tag me in the chat. I'll come by and say hello, and I definitely look forward to meeting you. Hope everyone has a good night, and I'll talk to everyone very soon. Cheers, y'all.